Matthew Macloughlin's here, Associate Director, Espace Real Estate. Morning, Matthew.
Good morning, team. How are we?
We're smashing, thanks very much indeed, as I suspect are you. I've got the Espace Q1 Real Estate report in front of me, and it's really good. There's no let-up. 23% increase in the volume of transactions. And the sweet spot is expensive properties, 20 million dirhams plus. What's the story behind those numbers?
Yeah, so good to point out the increase, 23% year-on-year increase from 24 to 25. Over 42,000 transactions recorded in Q1, which is another record. It's sorry to beat the same drum each time we come in and tell you the same sort of story, but breathtaking numbers. Interesting to see, though, that was a 10% decrease from Q4. So we're trying to make sense of those numbers as well. Does that show signs of a slowdown? Does it show signs of stabilization? Or is it just the effect of maybe the timing of Ramadan? Or was it just a breathtaking Q4? Of those transactions, of the 42,000 transactions, 60% or just under 60% were off plan. And then, of course, the rest was the secondary market. As you touched on, the segment that really has improved, of 19 of our 20 townhouse and villa communities have seen an increase. The segment in particular is obviously the luxury market, the sort of 20 million plus. In that community, or in those communities even, we've seen an 80 million dirham signature villa, 60 million signature villa on the Palm Jumeirah. Some transactions in Dubai Hills of 30 million, 45 million. Jumeirah Islands has been incredible. There's been a lot of transactions from sort of 25 up to 40 million. The Meadows had a breathtaking sale of 23.5 million. That's the highest ever Meadows transaction, and that was a non-renovated Hattan villa, also in the neighbouring Emirates Living community, the Lakes.
So it's doing well.
It's doing well.
It's doing
yeah,
well. Okay, that was Q1. Fine. We're 1st of May now. What signs have you seen in April? Because you said Q1 was good, but it was down from the back end of last year. The question is that an inflection point? What's the evidence of April telling you?
Well, April, again, at the end of sort of May, end of March, it was a bit of a slowdown. Obviously, people are on holiday coming back. We're trying to make sense of it all. From going off our own deal group, we've seen probably 20 transactions in the secondary market go off in the last couple of weeks. Just yesterday, there was a colleague that sold, 10 off-plan units to different individual, investors. So things sort of go in a wave where you think it may slow down, you think it may be sort of stabilized, and all of a sudden, boom, there's another flurry. It's interesting. We're trying to make sense of it. Q2, we'll have to have an assessment in a couple of months when we get to the end of it. But at the moment, there's a lot of activity, and a lot of things that we do in Q1 then come into fruition in Q2. There's a lot of members of staff that have been working hard, doing 200, 300, 400 viewings with certain individuals, and it's coming into fruition now. And these are the sales that are coming forward as we speak.
Yeah, I mean, everyone thinks, because we watch the TV programmes, that you guys just swan around in nice cars wearing nice suits, do a deal and earn 2% commission. But you do, you visit a lot of properties, don't you? And nothing happens.
Yeah, there's a lot of a journey to go through. And again, that's our job. Obviously, we're going on a journey with these buyers, educating them on the market. You've got to understand there's a lot of people like ourselves that have been here a while, trying to make sense of it. A lot of people now are sort of avoiding rent renewals, or avoiding the rising rents, and are coming into the market to be on their sales purchase, taking advantage of the low interest rates, maybe taking advantage of the currency from certain parts of the world, bringing money over to Dubai. Then all these people that are coming in, there was a report, I think there was 90,000 new residents in Dubai for Q1. So that is going to have an effect and move forward into Q2. So yeah, I mean, lots to take in, lots to assess, but the job is tough, and there's a lot of expectations to manage, and it's great at the end of it. But there's some of my buyers I've been on a journey for over 12 months.
And they haven't signed.
Well, they haven't
you haven't
signed,
heard a dirham.
or we're going through, but you know that they're ready when there's that specific opportunity. You know that they're ready because you've been through that journey and that education, and then maybe they've missed out on a few things, and maybe then they have to make a compromise. If they're dead set on a certain community, well, then usually it's going to have to be the price. That's the thing, or taking on a tenant, or doing some renovations, or turning the house into what they need.
Let's talk about the apartment market. Villas, we know, rock solid at the moment. I get that. Apartments, it's less clear cut. And I've been chatting with brokers this week saying in some of the more affordable or mid-market communities in outlying areas of Dubai, they're seeing prices flatten, if not come down, in both the rental and the sales market. It's anecdotal at the moment. What are you seeing?
Yeah, well, not a million miles away from that. I mean, the apartment market is a difficult one because we can literally build a brand new tower and set off a new, realm of apartments available to the market. As you touched on earlier, that you mentioned about the branded residents coming in.
Yeah, let's talk about Chelsea. We were chatting about that earlier on. Tom's excited about this.
Oh, really? Am I?
Well, it's an interesting deal. It's the Mac, it's Chelsea. A Dubai brand is on the front of Chelsea football shirts starting tonight, and they're going to build 1,400 apartments, Chelsea branded in Dubai Maritime City. We know branded developments work if it's Cavalli or Armani or blah, 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 Mercedes. But sports clubs, by definition, are divisive.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of loyalty there as well. I mean, I'm personally a big Newcastle fan. I don't know if, I'd be too interested, but I get it. It's
Fog on the creek is all yours, all yours.
Yes, exactly, yeah. So, no, but it is interesting to see what it will unfold. We don't know. I mean, it's the first of the kind where it's a specific sports club. Obviously, as you mentioned, these sort of designer names and brands that have been linked to all these sort of apartments seem to be working, and obviously it goes hand in hand, that style, obviously the nature of Dubai and the sort of all the glitz and the glamour. So yeah, we'll have to see how it unfolds. It's an interesting idea, but again, all of this is good for the region, it's good for the industry, good for the economy, creating more jobs, and a buzz, and again, I think it'll probably work.
But that's branded, so let's leave that aside because it's premium or luxury. This mid-market or affordable category, and weakness there. Your one bed in Discovery Gardens or Jumeirah Village Circle or, wherever it may be.
Yeah, well, I mean...
Silicon Oasis, I don't know.
All of these sort of areas I wouldn't have the greatest knowledge on, but there is obviously investors throughout. I mean, again, there is people... I've just had a message this morning from a seller that I sold. They've moved back to Europe, and they've messaged me this morning. We'd like to buy a studio in the Views. We've got to see the potential there.
That's because they want to be Brandy's neighbour.
Maybe. It's a good
that's
point.
a Brandy residence.
Yeah, but I mean, I think. Listen, there is option. There is always, as you can see, the population is growing. There is going to be a demand. There is going to be a yield that can be commanded. And again, it all depends now on the seller. If the seller is motivated to sell, you'll see them come into fruition. That the people that want to sell will sell, and that will be with the price reduction.
10 seconds. I've just opened your website, espace.ae. First property I see, 6-bedroom villa for sale, Palm Jumeirah, 75 million dirhams. Have you got punters for that? 10 seconds.
We've got many punters for that, and again, you've got to be interesting because obviously the currency has changed so much. So that at the start of the year probably would have been looking at 14 million. It's now probably 13 million. So it is working for these buyers that are bringing the money over and that global wealth.
Good talking to you, Matthew Macloughlin, Associate Director, Espace Real Estate. Passing the baton soon to one of your colleagues, but for now we'll let you get a sip of water, cup of coffee, and croissant. Enjoy your day.
Dubai Eye 103.8 traffic.
With Yas Island Abu Dhabi. Stay at iconic hotels and play at record-breaking theme parks. Book now on yasisland.com.
Right, a little bit of breaking news for you. Loads of people getting in touch. We've got another fire in the Al Quds area. We had one yesterday, and it seems like we have another one today. Madar, Niraj, Omar, many other people getting in touch with us this morning, asking for clarification. There is smoke in the air. We'll try and get you some details. We don't have any details as yet, but we are searching for those. Couldn't come at a worse time of the morning. We've got heavy traffic as things stand on Sheikh Zayed Road. It's slowing in and around that particular area at the moment, as it is on the E44 as well. Hectic through Dubai Design District up towards Dubai Mall, and still busy coming into Dubai from the Northern Emirates. That's your latest on the roads.
Dubai Eye 103.8 traffic.
More from Espace next.
Weather check.
With Air Arabia. Explore Vienna, Krakow, Warsaw, Athens.